on and bringing all this disparate crowd in from all over the country and around the world. But we have some people we want to thank, and a couple of gifts to give out. Betsy, Flynn, and Smith, you all of our wonderful decorators. Great. First, none of the people who were thank are still here. Well, I told them to come in, but they don't want to come in.
They came to stay.
Thank you very much. And of course, John is another Westlight, and Tracy Westward. Thank you very much. Vanna White here took care of all of that. She did the website. She kept all of the financial stuff in line, which is good about that. And of course, you notice we're here at Women's Club, but not at Annabelle's house. So we've all learned something. Patty Hahn, secretary. Patty, she did the advertisers. And, where is she? Carol Anderson, I know, is outside. And she is cutting the cake. Now, when we're finished all of this, we're going to have a wonderful cake, your cake. But thank you for that. Jerry Jones, again, fantastic program. Jeremy puts her heart and soul into every bit of this, and it's greatly appreciated by all of us. I've been told that there are goodie bags at the door on our way out, but I don't know that for sure. There are, and there's some pretty interesting things in the goodie bags, so I want to take care of that. Many of you know that years ago, this class, I think we're only one of two classes that started raising money for the state. Who are Steve Abbott, and who else? Who won the golf?
Rick Clay.
Who?
Rick Clay.
Oh, that's it. Rick Clay and Steve Abbott were the golf winners.
Brian Hitt.
And Brian Hitt, the three winners?
No.
Oh, okay.
And Brian Dornan.
And Brian Dornan. Really? Congratulations, Brian. Now we have two gifts to give out right away in our Find the Lost Classmate campaign that we ran. And the first one goes to Maria Hartner. Maria found Jane Walker Griffin. Where are you, Maria? Come and get it.
I didn't know they had a contest. I found Washburn.
Come on, Maria. Jane gets nothing, but you get a gift. No, you get the gift. And where's Josie Borgott?
You deserve half of this.
Where is she? We really appreciate all the hard work that Lenny put into this event. It's not easy, and at many times it's not very much fun, but she did an amazing amount of work over a long period of time. And we have a little gift from her, and we have Dan Woog up here because this is a rather interesting gift. So why don't you present it to her?
It reads Lynn Betts Baker. reunion queen 2016. But Dan is going to explain to you why this S is important, since none of us were athletes.
So the Block S is the highest award given out in Staples athletics, and it can be given for anything. And since this is such a special class with special people, you deserve a special S.
Thank you. And one last thing, since you can't let the president have the last word, this is for John. All right. It's wonderful to see everyone. There's cake, there's watermelon, and we'll see you in 5 years.
And okay in the back. Cool. Put on. Okay. We really do have a special group, and for any of you who've read Dan Wood's wonderful book about Staples, 120 years of A+ education. Now it's, I guess, 130 years, Dan, something like that. Well, our class, you may have, if you haven't read this, we were, I think, the only class that was specifically mentioned in this history of Staples because of our spectacular achievements, personalities, and all the rest. And I want to read a little bit to you out of that and bring into some other things. I don't know if you remember, but the lead into what I'm going to read you is that Mr. Walsh became our principal the day before our last year's started because Mr. Lorenzen had retired. So we had this brand new principal, and we were coming into the fall of our senior year. And it goes on from there. Mr. Walsh inherited one of the most active, talented, and tight group of seniors in memory, the class of 1966. There were 14 National Merit Scholarship semifinalists. The French Club publication, Staples on Par, won a national first place award. The Orpheans and Orchestra took their first ever tour a week in the Virgin Islands. Some of you went on that trip, I guess. I'm not going to ask you what happened. Where they gave workshops, concerts, demonstrations, and assemblies to benefit the St. Croix schools. 29 musicians, the largest number of any school, were named All-State. The class was filled with dynamos like Ann Sheffer and many others whose sense of civic responsibility was honed at Staples. That's pretty strong stuff. For their production of A Midsummer's Night Dream, Staples players altered the auditorium to specifications of the Globe thrust stage. Naturally, the show captured first place in the Connecticut Drama Festival, and a phenomenal 5 actors were included in the All-State cast. The Staples Student Organization sponsored a first ever concert with the Bo Brummels. How about that? And does anybody remember what their song was? You guys are really good. The opening act was Staples' own Triumvirate. And that was Rob Carlson, Steve Emmett, and Chris Avery. All right? And in May, the Animals appeared at Staples. Tickets were a whopping $2.50. Yeah, this is the one I like. The Animals cost $2,000. Bo Brummels cost $12.50, and the Triumvirate cost $30. Where are they now? Even so, the SSO netted over $1,000 from each concert, money desperately needed following poor attendance at football and basketball games. I'm sorry, Coach, but wherever you are, Coach Lane, but that was the case. So the SSO also made a total of $1,200 in our ever-popular Spring Carnival. I remember that was pretty crazy. The town crier, lauding all these accomplishments, said, and I quote, "From time to time, We hear groans from old timers that school spirit has gone out of style, that the crowds at the football games aren't as big, and that the turnout for athletic teams is not quite as large as it used to be. We suspect that it would be more accurate to say that school spirit has changed in a direction a bit, has indeed just become more diversified, and includes a considerably greater number of interests. And that's the class of '66, is the one that ate the puzzle.